This document is evidence that on the 8th of August 2017, I, Wayne Kenneth of the Family Glue, a living, breathing man, a lawfully sworn Commonwealth public official, seized my property at 1004 Chapman Road, Glenfield, Geraldton, Western Australia, under the provisions of Clause 61 of Magna Carta. Magna Carta is law in this country under the Commonwealth Constitution Act 1900 UK and the Commonwealth Constitution 1901, as proclaimed and as accepted by the people of Western Australia and Australia by referendum, which means we the people joined in the Commonwealth of Australia, not we the government. The government doesn't rule over us, it rules for us. Anything else is blatant treason and theft and fraud and treason against the Crown of England. Politicians don't like the word treason because it means hanging or permanent jail for the rest of their lives, but they commit it daily. In 1999, we had a referendum said we didn't want the Queen to be removed. We wanted to remain under the Crown. To remain under the Crown, we have to remain under this, the Commonwealth Constitution, not their new version which they decide to print after we said no. They printed a nice new green one called the Australian Constitution, which is nothing but lies, fraud and nonsense. They call it legal. Legal is not lawful. Lawful means it applies to the law, our Constitution. Justice is the application of truth. Well, it's high time the courts applied justice being truth instead of legal being lies. Every magistrate, every judge, every politician, in fact, every single man, woman and child throughout the Commonwealth who exercises authority over another person must be able to, one, state under what section of the Constitution they get that authority. Two, they have sworn the lawful oath of allegiance to the Queen, and which means they comply with Magna Carta, Habeas Corpus, 1688 Bill of Rights, the Statute of Monopoly, the 1700 Act of Settlement, King James Bible, Halsey's Laws of England, and Chalice Rule Property, which they do not. We have a picture which we have posted where we put an obstruction across our drive, which is a load of rubble. That obstruction signifies I have seized my property. The council are nothing but an unlawful ABN registered company, but they're registered outside of Australia. They come up through ASIC as recorded, but NRGD, which means not registered. We had a referendum in 1974 to add local government to the federal constitution. We said no. That's our constitution, the Commonwealth one. In 1979, every so-called parliament in this country added local government to their constitutions, meaning under 106 of the Commonwealth Constitution, those constitutions cease to exist in a lawful form. No magistrate, judge or court can rule otherwise. To rule otherwise is an act of treason against the people. Remember, they're there to serve us. You breached that oath that you made to serve us under Section 83 of the Commonwealth Criminal Code. You've breached it, that's treason. No oath of allegiance, you sit in our court, you're personating an office of the Crown, contrary to 271 of the Commonwealth Criminal Code. That is personation of a Crown officer. You are not. You have no authority to sit. You use the Unlawful Australia Act. What happened to going to the people in a vote? You didn't, because you knew we would reject it. Bob Hawke is not Bob Hawke. He's Robert Edward Hawke. He was born to an Aboriginal mother and a Jewish father and holds Jewish citizenship. So under the so-called laws, which is the Constitution, Section 44, he's incapable of sitting, was incapable of sitting. How did he get the authority to sign off on the Australia Act? He didn't. He is a liar, He is a fraud and he knows it. He is a traitor to this country because he's trying to turn it into a socialist dictatorship, and that is a fact. Just look at his speeches. Who cares what his speeches are anyway? They are doing it. Without our authority, they are stealing this country. It's time every minister in a church preaches that from the pulpit. The theft of God's country. This was claimed as a great south land of the Holy Spirit. You don't like that? Tough. You don't believe in God? One day you will. One day you will go to the biggest barbecue in history and you'll be the piece of meat. Wake up before it's too late. Wake up. They are taking this country. The unlawful laws they passed in 1999, changing the citizenship, which Australia has no authority to have a law in relation to citizenship, and they state that in their documents. They state they've been unlawful for a long time. Yes, since 1973, when Gough Whitlam sold us out to the Vatican without our permission. When they registered a company on the US Securities Exchange Commission without our permission. When they registered 27 other corporations of the Commonwealth of Australia without our permission. When are the people going to wake up? When are you going to tell your politicians you govern for us, not over us? 51 of the Constitution says, subject to this Constitution, the Parliament can pass laws for the good governance and well-being of the people of the Commonwealth of Australia. For, not over. Time you removed all your unlawful over laws and replaced them with for laws. Wake up to yourselves. You are sitting in fraud. Fraud vitiates everything. Everything you pass is gone. Thank you.